I'm really enjoying the sunshine, getting away. It was super cold in London and I'm sure even worse in Scotland, so everyone's kind of glad to get out and have a nice bit of weather.
When I think back to my first camp, I was so nervous, so I probably didn't actually enjoy it as much as I should have, but yeah, coming in now and being a bit more settled and a few more familiar faces around me is nice, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I think we've came through the back of like some pretty good performances. Feel like we're building a little bit of momentum, albeit I think we really could have had a result against Switzerland, which we were disappointed about. But it gives us a good chance, because I think when Mel's came in, we've just had game, and there's a lot of travel being associated with it, so to have a base here for 10 days is really nice, and it gives us a chance to do more opposition analysis, do more tactics on pitch. And you know, you can't stand about in the freezing cold in Scotland and do tactics, but you certainly can in Spain. I think a Scotland team always wants success. Of course we want good performances, because over time if you don't perform, I think the games catch up on you a little bit. So I think good performances, and you know, we want to be dominant both in and out of possession.
An dés an seo iad bhí nach lachmhíle a Kirsty Maclean a chaid go Liverpool bhó Rangers a stáirigh. Ha cuid a fechking a dóid cluicheadh go colthaí cluicheadairean agus a ddí seach a dá láitir a thug a leichtarat mar háas a skippe.
It was obviously a challenge at first. It was a big step up, but yeah, I knew that was going to be the case. And obviously I've got Sam and Jenna as well at Liverpool, so that definitely helped. But yeah, all the girls have helped me settle in so much, and it's a nice city to live in. It's quite similar to Glasgow in a way, so yeah, I've been enjoying that so far. Obviously everyone knows was a player I looked up to since I was just young. So to get to play alongside Erin and Caroline, and yeah, Kim Little was a massive one as well for me growing up, so to be able to train and play alongside Erin and Caroline's massive, and it's just going to help me improve my game as well. You want to be playing against the best players, and that's what you can do in campaigns like that. Testing yourself against the best players is only going to make you better. So as much as it's a hard game, and yeah, you probably don't touch the ball as much as you would like to, it's a different type of a game, and probably an aspect of my game as well that I need to work on defensively.
I think for the minute I saw, obviously, Kirsty, I'd like to say. She's been somebody with complete raw talent that kind of just stands above everyone else, and I know she'll hate me saying that, but it's God's honest truth. She's a player with unbelievable quality, and I think she can only develop, and I think she's got the attitude of being humble, being grounded, wants to learn, never thinks she knows it all, and I think that's what's going to get her to the top.
Han skip a haast a bhíocha de déalacha mar a chríochnaigh immert líg na náisiúnan, ach a Erin agus Kirsty gen bheach go bhfuil an ortas the eichin mar há fo stúrát coach na h-Alba, Melissa Andriata.
I think Mel was Scottish in another life. I'm sure of it. Has to be, she must have some ancestors or something. I don't know if she'll like me saying this, I think she will, but I would probably liken her quite a lot to Emma Hayes, like a manager that I've had. Just puts her arm around your shoulder, takes you under her wing. You know, I feel like she loves her players, they're like her people, so she'll go to war for you, and in turn I think you want to go to war for her as well.
Obviously being a young player, you want a coach, like Erin said, to put their arm around you, and she's came in and she's put her trust in me as well in the recent games, so yeah, I've been enjoying it.
I think just in her total mentality, the way you see things, where we've got the fight back. Like when I'm on the pitch, I can hear the subs shouting and encouraging, I can hear the manager. Everybody wants the best for everybody, and it doesn't matter whether it's the starting 11 or the subs coming into the game, or the subs that maybe don't even feature. I think everybody's going in the right direction, and I feel like that is a big shift that Mel and the coaching staff have just got everybody on board.
We obviously had a really tough group in the Nations League against top opponents, but I think there has been some positives that we can take in certain aspects of our game, but yeah, we're disappointed to not qualify off the back of that, but hopefully we can turn things around and qualify for the World Cup.
Lena gemich an Jeremy son cúpa crinne an ban atáisiige na haflana a gachluicheadairean a parca a gamas idir an Taracage, fain go Brazil an a dábhíle seach caríchead, agus alpa stúra gadas go fatbas mhór son a chiaadúad fó gabhíle san na gdiach.
Now the draw's been made, there's a real focus and a real shift in mentality. We've saw what the men's team have done. Of course we want to use that as inspiration. How they got the nation that, you know, behind them was just nothing short of sensational, and the drama that they created was just unbelievable. So of course we want to use that, and I think now that we know our opponents, it can really be back to business next year.
The last time they competed at a major tournament, I was there as a fan. In Paris, don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, I was there as a fan, and yeah, obviously it was a disappointing way to go out of a tournament, but I think they can remember that. And yeah, there's obviously a few younger players that have came through now, and yeah, it would mean everything to be able to represent Scotland at a major tournament, and we're all on the same page as that, so we know that's the aim and that's what we're hoping to do.
How we qualified for the World Cup in 2019 in Albania was just pure raw emotion, and I think it doesn't matter what you think about or how you think you're going to celebrate, you'll never celebrate like that because everything just takes over. Like, you're not even in control of your body. Like, it's hard to describe, and it was the same when the guys were celebrating. So listen, qualifying was the most magical feeling in the world. I wish I could bottle it up forever and just use it whenever I needed to. I can't actually describe how good it felt, and to actually represent your country on the world stage with everybody watching, all your friends and family, thousands of Scotland fans who have travelled out, and I'm sure it would be on an even bigger scale this time round, would be nothing short of sensational. But we're still a long way to go, and you can't start thinking with your heart too much and start dreaming of being there, because for me it is just about the process, and it is game by game, and if we see it game by game, then we'll not get caught up in anything. We were obviously disappointed in the last few majors that we have underperformed. We should have got there, I truly believe that, but we can't look back, we've got to look forward. The men's team have done it now, so there's no excuses, and imagine 2 Scotland teams at consecutive World Cups. That would just be brilliant for the country, both young boys and young girls growing up seeing their idols on the world stage.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Erin as well. The World Cup's the ultimate dream, and yeah, it'd be a dream come true to be able to go there. So hopefully we can do that.